Hi, I'm Cindy Halpern. Today was a nice spring day, except spring's not here. But I went out and about anyhow. I had some errands to run. I had to buy a couple of clothes. I went to Nordstrom Rack. That was not usual for me. Usually I go to the expensive stores at the Walt Whitman Mall or Roosevelt Field Mall. But I went to Nordstrom's Rack once before when I went on the cruise in December. I bought a little summer dress, and that worked out really well. It was very inexpensive, like $9.99, and I liked that summer dress. So I decided to go there and try that again. I went there. It's very challenging because a lot of the things they have are not nice. They're things that did not sell from the main part of Nordstrom's. And it's just stuff that's less desirable. But I plowed through, and I was able to find a couple of things: a skirt for the upcoming Women's Seder at my temple, and a nightshirt, and a pair of pants. One of my pants got ruined in the washing machine, so I bought a pair of pants, and that was it. And, well, in addition to that, though, there was some socks, yeah, but I needed those. And then I went grocery shopping at Walbaum's, and I was feeling a little down, and I saw the soccer tart cake that they make sometimes, and that made me feel better, because I was thinking of my mom. And I guess I'm thinking Mom because Russell's yahrzeit's coming up very soon, and then her yahrzeit in April is coming up. So I was thinking about it, but not in a sad way. I was thinking of, you know, what she might have talked to me about before she had dementia. With the dementia, that changed everything. But, you know, without the dementia, she would have said Fegele. That means little bird in Yiddish. When I had my daughter became Fegele to my mom. And so I call my daughter Little Bird now, not to replace what my mom called her, just similar, you know, in the English. But anyhow, I digress as usual. I think my would have said, "Oh, Little Bird, I'm glad you bought a few things to cheer yourself up. I know you've been feeling kind of down with the bad winter." Or, you know, she would have said something about Scott, my grandson, her great-grandson, or just something cheerful. She would have said. My mom was basically a very cheerful person. I guess I'm a little opposite of that. I'm not the most cheerful person. I tend to be very serious-minded, and, you know, once in a while I can say something lighthearted. But Mom was a very cheerful person, and she would be glad spring was coming, and, you know, she would be glad of some of the things that are coming up for me. Mom was very sociable as well. She loved people. She was very good with people. She had excellent people skills. My skills are more with the writing, probably, than with the strong people skills. I mean, I'm close to my close friends, plus my daughter and grandson. But I guess I'm not extremely close to a lot of people anymore. A lot of them are dead. People are more acquaintances now than they are close, I suppose. You know, the close friends I have on Facebook are friends I've known in high school, or like my friend Rose I've known for a long time, since I was in 7th grade, and we remain close. And my friend Dan, of course, I'm very close to him. And Andrea, you know, I'm very friendly with, and Donna I met on the trip. So people I have strong connections with, you know, maybe with the Holocaust, or I've known them a long time, or I have something more in common with them. But generally, just to pick up and just make close friends with people that I don't have a lot in common with doesn't really happen for me, and it never has either. It's not just moved to Long Island. It never really has either. I just, not that I want to be reserved, but I guess growing up a certain way, my brother's from muscular dystrophy, and clinging on to my younger brother, Stewie, and just certain things that have happened in my life, and maybe my basic personality, too. I think I might be an old soul, although I've investigated my family history, and I don't seem to have a lot in common with the Hasidic connections that I have on my mom's side. Her grandfather was Hasidic. Mom was more modern, of course. She grew up in Vienna, with my grandfather was from Bukovina, but particularly from Sadagora, which was very Hasidic. So I don't have a lot in common with that. And on my father's side, I found out that my great-grandfather, Abraham, it was from Kiev. He never lived to come to this country. He was probably a cantor and also owned a store. And he had to do everything, I guess, to make a living. I don't have a lot in common with that, although I love the Jewish songs. I'm a modern Jewish woman, and I know I've touched on this subject before, but there has to be some ancestor of mine that something in common with. I mean, my grandfather wrote very well, but he was a soldier in the Austrian army and a Hebrew teacher. But he had a sense of history, though, and I certainly have that. But I'm just not sure. There must be some distant relative somewhere that was liberal like me and outspoken and serious and mindful of history and loved to write. And I don't know. I can't search that far back. I found out that my grandfather, Israel Chernik, came to this country in 1903, and he actually came with his mother and his siblings. I thought that the mother came much later, that he sent for her, but I was mistaken. So I found that out. But, I'm just trying to find my place in the history of my family, and I don't seem to. So I have to make my own place, I guess. I guess I'm just not meant to be like other people, like the Hasidic woman that covered their hair. I mean, that's certainly not me. Ted the other day gave me the rare compliment that I had nice hair. I have thick black hair. And my friend Karen Moran also compliments me on my hair quite a bit. So, I hope that, if Scott, my grandson, ever marries and his wife asks him about the family history and what I've made available to him, that, he'll be able to piece together some history. Maybe we're just not meant to be like our ancestors. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure everything out. It's really hard to figure everything out. I'm so, reflective on the past. So, okay, have a nice day.